So if you have your phones handy, this might be a cool exercise to try out, and I believe we'll make this presentation available, so if you don't, but these are just two of the large ad networks. The first one is Google, the second one is Oracle, which owns BlueKai and a couple of other large ad agencies. But you can actually see what Google knows about you that they're using to target ads about you. And depending on how much you use in terms of your mobile device versus desktop, it may be more interesting to look at one or the other. But I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to see what you can find about yourself, and then I'll show you what they know about me and Patrick as well. All right, so we'll kind of move on to the next slide, but you guys can write down the URLs and look at it later on. So this is what they have about me. More or less kind of true. There's a few things. My son will use my phone sometimes, so it has animation on mine, for instance. But for most part it's decent. It's not great, but it's decent. And I'll show you what a bad profile looks like, or for somebody who is trying to hide from the world like Patrick, what he can do to stay kind of under the radar. All right, so Patrick has managed to hide himself from the world. I'm not sure how, but this is all Google seems to know about him. So he could be browsing most of the time in private mode, or he could be changing his phones or resetting his phone often. Actually, let's go back real quick on mine. All right, so this one is from Google, and this one is from Oracle, which is, besides being a large software company, they've invested billions of dollars in creating online identity profiles. And more often than not, BlueKai gets it wrong. So you can see they have me marked as female, male, and kind of it has teenagers at home, which is also not true. So just depending on which company you're using, it can go either way. It can be very correct, or it can be very wrong. So if you're buying data from BlueKai, I would get selected for both male or female selection. So that's kind of one way of looking at it. There is innocent explanations here where they might be just getting it wrong. Maybe somebody else was using my phone or my computer and searched something that led them to believe it. But they also have hundreds of data providers feeding data to them, and that's where a lot of the data fraud happens, because the more categories they belong in, the more chances are that their data gets used. So it's to their advantage to say this person is both male and female, but at the end of the day, you're losing money if you're targeting, say, a female product directed at me. So